but I've been thinking of a very special ride for today. It was one of my favorite rides that I hope to do again. But we go up, starting from Haleiwa, up Kaukonahua, or Snake Road, all the way up to Schofield, and then we're going to go up to Koli Koli Pass.
If you've ever taken a spin class, you know the toll it can take on your lower body.
Up a little bit more, a little quicker. Good.
Take a spin class with John Henderson, and you can bet the workout will leave you with much more than just heavy legs. It'll also tug at your heart and your very soul.
Stay nice and calm, relax. It's just the beginning of the climb.
That's because this former world-class athlete now teaches from a completely new and different perspective.
Students are used to watching somebody ride the bike, and they ride faster, the instructor, and the students therefore ride faster. So I had to figure out a way, how can I teach without being on the bike? You know, that's kind of an odd thing. And at the same time, how can I teach and be in a wheelchair?
The answer to that question a little bit later, but first, how this former semi-professional triathlete actually considers himself to be lucky to even wind up in a wheelchair. 11 months ago, Henderson was enjoying one of his favorite rides, cycling up from the North Shore, when a tour bus hit him from behind. He never saw it coming and has no memory of the accident that left his body crushed. He was hospitalized in critical condition, injuries so severe, doctors told his family he wouldn't survive.
I mean, I broke 8 vertebrae, all of my ribs, my pelvis, dislocated both hips, liver, colon, spleen damage, broke my shoulder in 3 places, spinal cord. You know, I got pneumonia, punctured both lungs, bruised my heart.
Bruised, but not beaten. His heart and every other organ, muscle, and bone in his 36-year-old body not only refused to quit, to the surprise of most, including his doctors, continued to get stronger. So strong, in fact, the Honolulu Club eventually extended the invitation of a lifetime.
They said, you know, we'd love to have you try to teach a spin class again. We're going to start out of the saddle. Sprint, 30 seconds. 30 seconds in the saddle. Go! Yes!
Now less than a year after the accident, John is back at the club doing what he loves best. And more than just teaching, he's sharing. And at the same time, reliving personal memories of his own favorite rides to some of his favorite places.
What I'm actually trying to do is convey exactly how I felt and some of the things that were going through my head when I was doing the exact ride that I'm having them do. So we just got our shaved ice at Matsumoto. We're on our way out of Haleiwa, but we climbed Kaukonahua because it's actually safer than Pineapple Hill. Remember, 75%.
While it may be mostly physical for his students, for John, it's purely mental, a chance to become completely absorbed and stay fully connected.
That was a ride that I've done 100 times, you know, more than 100 times. I don't even know how many times. And I brought everybody on that exact same ride that I did. Road straightening out. Keep that head up. Good. Nice and steady. It helps me. It helps me. It keeps me in touch with the sport that I love so dearly. And the bike was me. The bike was everything for me. And to be able to share that with people and still be able to do it even though I'm not on the bike itself is a wonderful thing. 15 seconds. Pick it up. 10 seconds. Exactly what you said. I said, okay, well, how did I feel? What did I do? And then I just try to send that message to everybody, and they respond. I mean, if you watch that spin class, they are amazing. And sometimes they're so amazing that I get this flush of emotion, and I almost cry. Like, I literally have to turn and just kind of settle myself down and then go teach again, because people are giving so much, so I feel like I need to give to them.
Which takes us back to that question. Can he really teach from a wheelchair?
John is probably the most amazing instructor because he focuses so hard on the workout for you. John is a true inspiration. He's been an inspiration to all of us.
Yeah, I think the difference between him right now versus before is that now he's just more sensitive. He can watch us and feel us a little bit more. He's a lot more feeling rather than his head, and he just knows how to take us just a little bit beyond where we can go because he knows it.
The things that he talks in the class and the things that it comes from the heart, he can really touch everybody with simple words that he says. You can see the way he teaches, the way he closes his eyes, and the way that he's really feeling the momentum. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to share that with everybody in the class.
I want you to bring it up a little bit faster. Ready?
The real question is, who gets more out of the classes, the students or the instructor?
You know, that's a great question. I wonder who does, because I sure get a lot out of it. I love it. I mean, I don't do it for any other reason other than the joy of it, and the fact that I plan on getting back on a bike again. I'll ride again. I don't think I have no desire to ride in the same capacity that I did. Physically, I potentially can't even get into the positions that I could have before. But just to cruise around on a mountain bike in Hawaii and just loving the trails or the cane roads or something like that, that's good enough for me.
I think it's a win-win. Yeah, I think he gets a lot of joy from being here with us. And he says he did one class where he listed on the board all of the injuries that he had, and we did an interval for every punctured lung and every broken bone that he had, and he went through the whole ailment of every internal injury, external, emotional, and by the end of the class we all almost went into tears because it was really rewarding for all of us. So
John is such a special asset for the club. He takes everybody to the next level. He's such a motivational instructor. He gives a great workout, and everybody's engaged in the class. So it's such a pleasure to have him in class.
Concentrate and hold it. Don't let it slow down. 45 seconds. This is very important to spin your legs out right now. When I first started teaching, the reason why I taught was purely to get more time on the saddle. So I figured I'd go get paid to ride in one of these things for a while. And now it's not about that. It's because I love it. And I love the people. And I love what the people give to me and how they support me. And I have the opportunity to work with people that want to work with me. And I have the opportunity to give back and not take. And it's great. I love it. Good job, you guys. All done. Good job.
When Sports People Hawaii continues, we follow John on his personal road to recovery.